A new dawn, leveraging machine learning and artificial intelligence in cyber defense. Governments across the world recognize that digital transformation has the power to further the prosperity and well-being of their citizens. In supporting this transformation, they also recognize that cybersecurity must be an integral and indivisible part of technological progress. We live in a time where the impossible has become possible. Technology and innovation have driven humanity to new and exciting breakthroughs in medicine, technology, education, manufacturing, and so much more. With the increased maturity of machine learning and artificial intelligence, the ability to innovate and explore new horizons widens exponentially. While machine learning and AI are not new, their increased application in many areas, including cybersecurity, create new opportunities and challenges. Many cybersecurity companies are touting their abilities to leverage both to achieve higher levels of cybersecurity and resiliency to combat cybercrime. In this new dawn filled with promise, we must now resolve ourselves to fully utilize them to address the challenges to our economies, our smart cities, and our way of life. We must ask ourselves, how much of these technologies will be used by cybercriminals to continue to evade our security measures by adapting to our cyber defenses and security controls? Can AI and machine learning help protect us from the risks introduced by AI and machine learning and the possible abuse of them? As enterprises continue to accelerate toward full realization of digital transformation, CISOs face more dynamic risk environments, tighter time frames to address risks, and less control over underlying technology. This is further undermined by a lack of confidence from their business stakeholders. Algorithmic business, artificial intelligence, and machine learning give security and risk management leaders more data to make better decisions. But many continue to operate as if the methods and responses that have previously worked will continue to be the way things should be done. Welcome to the Middle East and North Africa Information Security Conference 2018, where our keynote speakers, sponsors, distinguished panelists, and you, the cybersecurity professionals, executives, and decision makers, are brought together for 2 days to explore some of these and so many other challenges facing our enterprises. Let's work together to achieve a strategic vision for dealing with the new challenges, to the changing nature of trust and the increasing autonomy of users, while monitoring and leveraging artificial intelligence and machine learning in cyber defense.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for coming. I want to encourage the people in the back. We have plenty of seats here, so you can make your way onto the other side. Also, I'd like to invite the hackathon people if they want to join. There's plenty of room for the students to join and participate as well. Welcome to the 6th edition of the MENA ISEC conference. We are happy to have all of you here. This is an honor for me because cybersecurity is something I'm very passionate about, something I think that is a critical component to the future of digital transformation. And MENA ISEC has been around for, as I said, six editions. We're proud that this is our 4th time in a row in Saudi Arabia. The previous 2 were in the Dead Sea. We're looking forward to announcing more cities, including Saudi Arabia, next year. We're also proud that there's a 2nd event going on in parallel, which is the Cyber Saber Hackathon. This is the 2nd year we have a hackathon. The significance of having these 2 on the same day is that we are the cybersecurity professionals. We are the people who are making the decisions. We are the people who are operating the environments. We are the future of cybersecurity. But also we have to plant the seeds for the not so distant future, which is our youth. So with the hackathon, we are seeding the interest early on with our young people, growing, trying to capture their imagination through gamification, simulation of cybersecurity. And this is something that is important for a nation that wants to go through an aggressive digital transformation and needs to make sure that they have the right security professionals now and in the future to manage that. Our theme this year, as you just saw from the video, is a new dawn, leveraging machine learning and artificial intelligence and cyber defense. You know, we hear AI and machine learning a lot in the news, so this is very relevant. But before we get into too many of the topics, I think we have a very exciting agenda. I'd like to first thank our distinguished keynote speaker, Muhandis Nasser al-Nasser. We look forward to his speech. And I'd also like to extend a broader welcome to the STC Group and the executives here from STC Group who have been big supporters the last year and 2 years in making this happen. We would also like to welcome any of the guests that we have from the National Cyber Security Authority, the Saudi Arabian Federation for Cybersecurity and Programming and Drones, and all of you, our distinguished guests. So thank you for coming out today. I also want to thank the speakers who are coming to us from around the world. So we have speakers today coming from the United States, from the United Kingdom, from Spain, from Greece, from here at home in Saudi Arabia, from the United Emirates, and a few other European countries. So we've assembled a diverse group of speakers from our sponsors, different skill sets, different subject matter, which we hope will create an interesting and informative 2-day conference for you, in addition to running a 2-day hackathon. I want to also recognize that this year Dr. OMAR, the chairman and founder of VirtuPort, is here as well. He was unable to make it last year. And then a conference like this and the subject matter is not something that's very easily put together. So we assembled a group of talented Saudi cybersecurity professionals. So I want to recognize them. They were all volunteers, so they spent their time in the evenings reviewing presentations, coming up with concepts. So Engineer Yasser Aswailim from STC was very instrumental. He's actually the vice chairman of the scientific committee. We have members like Mr. Fahad al-Shadri, who is from Al-Ilm, Mr. Mohammed al-Jraisi from Gemalto, and Muhammad al-Kalash from Cisco. Now, what do these young men have in common besides the love of Saudi Arabia and love of cybersecurity? We actually started our journey together in cybersecurity in the kingdom somewhere between 2003 and 2005, and we've continued to want to grow this industry and contribute. And that's something that I'm hoping more of us will do, is create the information sharing groups, create platforms for discussion, because at the end of the day, the battle for cybersecurity is going to be one of cooperation and information sharing, and that's what we're trying to harvest here today. Okay, I'd like to point out that this year, in order to be green and as well as making it efficient, we have a mobile application. So if you haven't downloaded the mobile application, I encourage you to do it, because the speaker profiles, the topics, the schedule is all on there. You'll also find that we're going to be pushing some questions and surveys as part of the mobile application, so I encourage you to use it for that. Feel free to use it to also share pictures and share ideas. We might take some of the questions and ideas that you have in the mobile app throughout the day. Okay. Last but not least, before I make our introduction for our keynote speaker, I want to talk just 2 minutes about what VirtuPort is and why we do what we do. So VirtuPort is focused on cybersecurity thought leadership, and we achieve that in 3 ways. One is this conference, bringing together the subject matter experts, people to discuss and share their visions. Number 2 is that we want to see, as I said, the future. So Cyber Saber is our investment in entertainment and education for the youth in the future. And number 3 is we develop cybersecurity training and human capital development. One of the programs that I was very impressed with was this past summer, was actually done by STC Solutions Cybercraft, which was a program that took high school students and took them in a 1-month boot camp. So I'm happy that today 2 of the 30+ teams that are in the Cyber Saber program come out of that program. And I shouldn't root for anybody, but technically I'm rooting for them, because it would be a nice story for them to have come out of a boot camp and one of them to place in the top 3. So I'll be transparent about that. We also do strategic advisory. Our team of experts from the US and Europe come in on very strategic engagements. We work with our clients. And we're constantly preaching the tenets of security. And that's one of the reasons we have the stage the way we have it today, and that is our signature, is because with the triangular stage, we're trying to represent the 3 sides of security: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. That's the tenets of cybersecurity, and that's what the stage means to us. But it's also important, and you'll see this through the discussions today, that there are 3 elements also that are important to cybersecurity: integrating your people, your process, and your technology. So the symbolism of the stage is important to us. I like to also point out the fact that it's a bunch of V's for VirtuPort, okay? So anyways, without further ado, I think we need to start our program. I'd like to thank and welcome our keynote speaker, Al-Muhandis Nasser al-Nasser. We thank you for your time and we look forward to your speech. Thank you and welcome.